Hello there, my name is Lindsay Eshleman and I am the lead bartender and cocktail program coordinator for Sanderlings at Seascape Beach Resort in Santa Cruz, California. We're just south of San Francisco, about an hour and a half, and on the Monterey Bay. Today I'm going to be making a cocktail for the cider shake, Titan cider shake, and we're going to be using their smoked pumpkin cider, which is one of my favorites in the Titan cider line. Delicious, absolutely delicious. So I'm going to show you the ingredients that we're going to be using today. We're going to be using, of course, our smoked pumpkin cider, Maker's Mark Kentucky Straight Bourbon, fresh squeezed lime juice. There's no substitute. Get fresh limes and squeeze them. No fake bottled stuff. And then you're going to use simple syrup, and you're also going to need Angostura bitters. And over here, a couple more things you're going to need. You're going to need some star anise, store-bought pumpkin butter. Delicious. It has nothing to do with butter. It's just basically like pumpkin pie in a jar. It's delicious, and it's also going to go into this cocktail. We also have cinnamon sticks. You're going to need that as well. And in addition to that, you are going to need a torch. So I have this big industrial-sized torch that our chefs use for the creme brulees. You can certainly also use a handheld torch that you can get at kitchen supply stores that people make for home use and creme brulees and other things you want to torch. So you're going to need that. And you're also going to need some sort of receptacle, and I will explain a little bit more later. But we're actually going to smoke this cocktail. And I happen to have just a crystal pineapple receptacle laying around, which is super cool. So I will show you more later. If you don't happen to have a crystal pineapple laying around, you can certainly use an apothecary jar or an apothecary lid top. You could even use a glass bowl. It doesn't matter, but you'll get the idea once we get to the actual cocktail. So with no further ado, we are going to make the cocktail. We're going to start with 1.5 ounces of Maker's Mark Kentucky Straight Bourbon. And then we are going to do 3/4 ounces of fresh squeezed lime juice, 1/2 ounce of simple syrup, and you're going to do about 2 to 3 healthy dashes of Angostura bitters. Don't be shy. Perfect. And then one of my favorite ingredients, other than the pumpkin cider, of course, is the pumpkin butter. And so we're going to do roughly about 1/2 ounce, which is 1 nice healthy tablespoon. So I'm going to take my bar spoon, and I'm going to just do a big heaping bar spoon of pumpkin butter. And I'm going to shake all of that together, get it nice and cold. I'm going to go ahead and open that up, and I'm going to strain that into my double old-fashioned glass. This is going to be on the rocks when we're all finished, but I'm not going to add them yet because I've got something else very important to do, and I don't want those ice cubes to melt. So you want to get your cinnamon sticks ready and your star anise ready, and we're almost there. So I'm going to take a couple cinnamon sticks, and you can do this on a cookie sheet, or you can do this with a pair of tongs. You're going to need tongs regardless because you're going to need to pick the items off of the cookie sheet. So I may do a little bit of both. I may hold them with the tongs, or I may just torch these items here. So I think I'll do that actually. So I'm going to grab a couple cinnamon sticks, and I'm just using kind of a raised metal container. You just don't want to do this on glass or porcelain or plastic, of course, because it'll totally burn. And then I'm going to grab a couple good-sized star anise here, and I'm going to put them on top of the metal. And so I'm going to get my receptacle ready, my pineapple ready, and I'm going to go ahead and put the cocktail inside the crystal pineapple. And then I feel good enough to go ahead and add the ice at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and add my ice, and then I'm going to add 1.5 ounces of smoked pumpkin cider on the top. I kind of want to wait till the last minute to add that. And then we're going to give it a quick stir, and then I'm going to go ahead and smoke my cinnamon and my star anise. We got runaway cinnamon. So, tell you what, I'm going to turn my torch on first. And of course you want to be very, very careful with these torches. I'm keeping them far away from any open alcohol. And we are going to smoke the heck out of the cinnamon stick here. Really get it nice and smoky. Kind of looks like a cigar. And be careful because it might pop a little bit. So I'm going to put the cinnamon stick directly into the jar, not into the glass, but into the jar. Turn my torch off quickly, and I'm going to cover this up and let it smoke. And I'm going to do the star anise really quickly, and I'm going to pop it in there as well. So I'm going to turn this back on, and I'm going to do my star anise just on top of this metal receptacle here. And turn this off very quickly. Set this aside. Make sure that it's completely off, and you can see some of our star anise is still on fire here. And so we're going to go ahead and add that to the very side. And we're going to close it up as quick as we can because we want to keep that smoke inside the receptacle. And as you can see, the crystal pineapple is filling up with smoke. So what's happening here? Yes, it's a pretty cool presentation. We've got this crystal pineapple, but it's actually changing the cocktail. So it's bringing the cocktail to the next level. So we are essentially smoking our cocktail. So you just want to let it sit for maybe a minute or so. Depends on how smoky your cinnamon stick and anise is. But go ahead and let the chamber fill up, and then when you're ready, you can go ahead and present it and reveal your smoked cocktail. And I like to add a cinnamon stick right inside the cocktail, and voila. I'm gonna go ahead and take this out and take a sip. Oh my gosh, super delicious. That smoked anise and that cinnamon really added that extra smokiness, which is a perfect complement. The Titan smoked cider. Thank you so much. Again, my name is Lindsay Eshleman, and I hope you enjoy this cocktail.